Is there any real fundamental reason that we're suddenly getting to a technical correction here?
Nothing that you've seen any headlines on or seen any reporting on. As you remember, Caroline, they've said we're sold out. Basically, their earnings are essentially a product of how much they can get from their suppliers right now. So nothing fundamentally that would give anybody any pause, but obviously, as you pointed out, a huge amount of money that has been poured into that stock.
It's up more than 100%, still 160% over the course of the year. We then flip to maybe a wannabe Nvidia in the making. Broadcom really signaled the total addressable market here for its designs within data centers, and the crowd went wild. Can you focus in on Broadcom and maybe a bit of profit taking on the day, but what do they have to do to make this a reality?
Yeah, I mean, they have to work really hard. I mean, what Hock Tan gave wasn't a sales target, right? We need to be careful about that. This kind of as much as 90 billion that he was talking about was an addressable market for his type of chips, and that's by 2027. So what he was saying is, like, we have line of sight to a huge increase in what we do, but that pales in comparison to Nvidia, which is going to be 120 billion in data center sales alone this year, according to analysts.
And when it comes to just enticing different kind of investors on board, I mean, many were basically playing catch-up to Nvidia for the last 2 years. Is there a slight FOMO trade here going on? Is that sort of what Hock Tan has to deal with, is that everyone's looking for the next Nvidia?
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely part of it. And part of it might be, well, if you think about it, Broadcom's making chips. It's designing chips for the Googles and the Microsofts and companies like this, who are basically designing their own chips so that they don't have to buy as much from Nvidia. So there might be a kind of a switch trade here, but bear in mind that everybody who's been asked about this, mostly Hock Tan most recently, said, look, there's plenty of room for everybody. This is a massive growth opportunity. Yeah. Nobody's really taking anything away from anybody.
Very briefly, Qualcomm ARM, how big is this?
It's been sort of ignored. They need to settle, according to investors. Both of them need each other. This is something that is very strange, that they're on this collision course. Our analysis says they should be settling. They shouldn't be doing this. This is a jury trial, a lot at risk.